I saw a meme online and someone was like on July 3rd, they're like, today's the last day someone's going to have all their fingers. Because July 4th, someone's always like, it had a firework. There's always really bad fireworks.
And to you, we salute you.
Yeah. Happy 4th of July, American people. Good for you.
Hey everyone, we're Bucko. This is my best friend Lauren.
This is my best friend Erin.
And we're gonna do some current events in the house. In the news this week, we're gonna do weekly news.
Yep.
For us. We're gonna be covering a few things, and then we're gonna talk about some exciting news for ourselves.
Yeah.
We got some exciting news to share with you. Because,
And on a good note.
we're going to end on a good note, but we got some current news that might be good, not good. Anyway, the first thing that sticks out in my head is the Chris Christie fat kid with a pool syndrome. So that's basically what I think of it is. It's like that one kid that's like, this is kids that have talents. There's only one talent that this kid has, and he has a pool.
His dad made a pool.
Made a pool.
So, in case you don't know, Governor of New Jersey, Chris Christie, for their 4th of July celebration weekend, he was like, you know what? We're closing down the parks. We're closing down the beaches. Nobody can go on it. Stay away or you'll get fined. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, news announcement to the whole state.
Like, I told you, no.
We're closing down the parks of the whole state.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, due to
the legislation. Well, the legislation couldn't agree upon some sort of tax thing.
Right.
So he punished all the people who decide the laws are this big, and then all the other people of New Jersey aren't allowed to have fun on 4th of July.
Yeah, you can't go to anyway.
Yeah.
On 4th of July, which I don't, if you're Canadian, I'm going to explain it to you. It's a lot of red, white, and blue in the most fabulous ways.
Mm-hmm.
And
Fabulous
then people throwing the biggest fireworks you can even imagine into garbage cans.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a lie, so it makes a bigger sound.
Yeah.
You have never heard fireworks like you have in the States. I have.
And there's always somebody who's like, I'm going to strap it to my forehead. I'm going to strap some fireworks to my crotch.
And I'm going to roller skate.
And I'm going to roller skate. And I saw a meme online and someone was like on July 3rd, they're like, today's the last day someone's going to have all their fingers. Because July 4th, someone's always like, it had a firework. There's always really bad fireworks.
And to you, we salute you.
Yeah. Happy 4th of July, American people. Good for you.
Did you catch my salute?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, we salute you.
Bye, fingers. How'd you lose your hand? Did a really noble, no.
Fireworks.
But anyway, so Chris Christie closed the beaches, and then there's video of him with his family on this beautiful, secluded, private beach. Because no one else was allowed to go, but he was.
I just want to say in that picture, it does look like his family's kind of ostracizing him. He's
He is a little far away.
Ostracized. I don't know if that's a thing, if they're like, this is wrong. But those people, shame on you too. Shame on you. You know your dad or uncle or shitty father-in-law, I don't know who he is to you, pulled the biggest, swindliest, weaselly scam ever. Right now it's I'm not saying it's even close to Donald Trump because it's not.
It's not.
But he's getting up. To me, it's like, oh my goodness, you are crazer.
Well, and also, why didn't anyone in his family go, you know what, Dad? You're going to look like a big doucher if you do this.
Yeah, right?
Or are they also going, well, who cares? My dad's the governor. I get to go to the beach. Screw you.
One thing they were missing was that inflated pizza.
Yeah, or donut with a bite out of it.
Inflated slice of pizza. I'm like, where's that, Chris Christie?
Yeah.
Anyway, there's some really mean memes about whales getting pushed back in the water and stuff because he's an obese man. Yeah. Which, be friendly. There's other ways you can point it out. I guess I did call him a fat kid with a pool.
Yeah, I guess. But I don't think his weight has anything to do with his abilities as a politician. He could be be built like freaking,
but his weight does
Babe, and it's still, that's an old reference. It's the last time I watched a Babe was Babe.
But his weight does say, his type of weight does say that he has an uncontrollable, unfathomable selfishness.
Yeah, and an impulse issue.
An impulse issue. So.
And then they interviewed him about the beach and asked him, and he was just like, I told the press what I was doing for 4th of July. I told them I was going to the beach with my family. And
I told them I was going to murder that child.
And he was mad that they were like, how dare you go to the beach with your family when you close the beaches for everybody else. And he was just like, all you've done. And I think and I want to find the right quote, but we'll get it under here. But he basically said, all you did was catch a politician, keep their word. Because I told you I was going to the beach.
He didn't say he was going to the beach,
No,
though.
he told people before this whole thing of like the banning people from the beaches that he was.
But he
that his
didn't tell the
plans-
press that.
Yes, he did.
He told the press he was going to the
Yes,
beach.
they said, "What are your plans for
Going to
4th
the
of July?" He's like, "My family and I are going to go to the beach."
And his other argument was, well, you be governor. You make it to
Yeah.
governor. Because
Yeah.
that's the governor's estate. And when you become governor, you can go there. What a doucher.
What a dinkus, yeah.
Anyway, another doucher in the news, but got his comeuppance this week when meeting the Polish prime minister, right?
Yeah.
And his wife.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. Because basically, this is what happened.
President Cheeto.
Yeah. The guy that looks like the hue of Alphagetti, President Trump, was meeting the prime minister of, thank you, get rid of that, of Poland. And his wife, the prime minister's wife, was like, basically, you should have just done this.
Yeah.
Psych your mind.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I
Yeah.
absolutely loved it. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah. And Donald Trump's face was like,
Yeah.
What? A woman denied me?
He didn't say,
Because she just like bypassed him. She didn't even like psych, like she just bypassed him and then went right to Melania.
Let's do
like,
it. Let's do
"Hello."
it. Let's do it.
So the prime minister was like, "Hello, Donald Trump, nice to meet you."
Okay.
And then he went to shake the wife's hand. And then Melania's like, "Oh, hi."
Let's do it without talking though. Let's just
Okay.
do the act out. Okay. You're the pull. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Yep.
You deserve it, Donald Trump. You deserve it.
Yeah.
You deserve it because you know what? She should have literally been doing this by the
Yeah, I think
accounts.
that's the only way you can top that.
That's the only way you can top it is you're a female, and you grab your vagina to protect yourself and just go, don't. Yeah. Don't.
Or if you flinch, like, no,
I don't know if you know what that's referring to, but it was during his
Who does?
campaign.
If you don't know what that is referring
You
to,
shouldn't-
then you've been living.
You shouldn't be in politics. Okay. Moving on. Oh, yes. And then we have some kind of weird news. Well, it's been going around for the last couple years,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah,
You
I would
know?
say, I remember seeing a big article about it in like 2015. So,
Right.
2015.
And that was when IO undergoed, it's Improv Olympic, I guess it's not Improv Olympic anymore, but it is. It's IO. It was involved in some sexual harassment kind of, I don't know if it was a scandal, but just an enlightenment towards the understanding
Some
of
inappropriate dealings.
Yeah, absolutely. It happened at UCB as well
Yeah.
in LA. So same kind of thing is happening now in Chapel Hill. Is it Chapel Hill? No. Dirty South Improv.
Yeah.
With Zach Ward, he is stepping down because he has had accusations of sexual misconduct.
Yeah.
And he has also made a statement saying that he is guilty of some of that.
That he had relationships with
Right.
the women, but that he wasn't given an opportunity to even defend himself, and that he actually was quoted as saying that he was tried, convicted, and like accused, tried, and convicted before he was even asked his own statement. But then he also admitted to having a relationship with these people while they were a student and he was a teacher. So it's kind of like, well,
So it made us discuss a whole bunch. So we're going to discuss a little bit of that now.
Yeah.
About improv in the comedy community in general.
Yeah, because there's been, like Aaron was saying, there's been a number of things going on within improv theaters now creating like a charter and like a sexual harassment policy and HR departments within like really small theaters that have very few staff because of, they don't want to have issues where women feel uncomfortable performing and men feeling uncomfortable on stage or in classes or having, inappropriate advances from teachers or fellow students or audience members and all that kind of stuff.
And there's a lot of that because I think what we found out, it really comes down to power and how misuse of people's power within the community and how people deal that out. And we both felt effects of, like, not necessarily the sexual side of things, but we've felt the misuse of power, I think, our whole careers in different elements, in different ways. I know Winnipeg's not
nowhere's immune to it.
I know Toronto isn't. I know Vancouver isn't.
Yeah.
It's just, I think what it comes down to is respect one another, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, and I think we were saying, it's kind of go down to that rule you learned when you were a little kid. Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes the buzz of like performing and the art of it and everything that kind of makes people want to be the best at it. And improv is kind of a funny thing because I don't know. I mean, there can be definitely more skilled improvisers than others, but I don't know that you could ever perfectly define the best because everybody's, interaction of it is going to be subjective. So, yeah, there's this like, I need to be the best. I need to be number one. And then that comes with that as power.
And being the best is arbitrary in improv because you can't be. It doesn't exist. It's a disposable art, not to ruin anyone's life, but it's a throwaway art. It's a garbage art.
And it always requires someone else.
Yeah, it always requires someone else.
Person.
And I think personally, I feel like, how was I trying to say it though? Improv is based in this kind of hippie, like open source culture. But it's not. That is used under the guise of that, like I'm sharing with everyone, is to use to steal and to kind of manipulate a hierarchy a lot.
A lot.
And no one really talks about that honesty of that. And that's a true, like people turn it into a business, absolutely turn it into a business. But sometimes they use their power in the sense of like, making people work too many hours to get free stuff, to get free classes, that kind of thing.
Or then they date them and then they break up and then all of a sudden you're not allowed to perform anymore.
Then the engagement of like older people dating or teachers dating students and that kind of thing. And then also like older teachers dating not students, but they were students. And that it's a whole kind of power structure that needs to be revisited and that kind of thing. So anyway, moving on from that. Yeah. But just be kind. And realize that it's an art and everyone wants to make money. Everyone wants to be a part of something cool. So just treat each other more kind and stop the bullshit and don't be snobs.
Yeah, and if you see something that's crappy, freaking call it out.
Call it out.
Say that's crappy.
Like I would like to hear more of that because I think for myself, for a lot of my life, I didn't want to get into the politics because I'd be in the politics on the wrong side. And it's just not good. So anyway, that's my thing.
Help each other.
Help each other out. Let's do it. Yeah. So good news for Lauren and myself. We are involved in some projects that we want to share with you, right?
Yeah. Mr. Aaron Murky here. Talented man he is.
Hello.
Is currently on an NBC Universal show that's shooting here. We can't talk anything about the plot because it's not up for debate. Like can't discuss it.
NDA. Yeah. Non-disclosure agreement.
But it's really cool, and he's going to be on like a number of like screen time. Like he's going to be on 2 episodes, 3?
I'm on two episodes,
out
but
of 6.
It's a pretty big part. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I got a free haircut out of it, so sorry Ashley for cheating on you, but Ashley's our hairdresser.
Yeah.
But I got a haircut out of it, and I'm pretty pleased with that. I can't tell you any of the story, but it is for a sci-fi NBC show called Channel Zero. I was on the last season, which is season 2. They do anthology, kind of like American Horror Story. And this season I got brought back as a different character, and it's a nice, sweet role. I got to be in a car on a rig that was freaky and cool at the same time. But in another note, Lauren, amazing Lauren Cochran, as you know her, just got booked on a show herself, which is a CBC show. Yeah. It's an amazing CBC show. Yeah. Burden of Proof, I believe it's called.
Burden of Truth.
Burden of Truth. Ooh.
Yeah.
Twist.
Because it is a burden. Sometimes the truth is a burden,
Absolutely.
Sometimes.
So she'll be playing can I say what the role is?
I'm a police officer. Yeah. And it's cool. And I don't know what's going to happen with it, but it's a neat, from what I've seen of the scripts, it's just really great because it's really diverse and it seems like they're really going for really interesting storylines, which, sometimes Canadian television doesn't always get the opportunity to do that. So I'm excited to be even just a smidgen a part of it. So
yes, absolutely. So that's our news. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
If you want to share with us your Trump face, please send it on our Facebook page. That'd be lovely if you did that. Other than that, just help us thrive. Subscribe to our channel. Yeah. Check out some other stuff. So subscription over here. And then watch some of our stuff. And we thank you for having you. We love you. Be nice to one another. Be kind. Do some improv. Do some comedy. Have fun this week.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye. Hey, bye. This is where the credits play. Like we're news people. Yes. Oh, yeah. Rainbow. Sasquatch.
This coffee is lovely.
Watermelon.
Watermelon